And good morning from Scotty, Ray, and Candace. And I know everybody's thinking it's Monday,
Oh, I know. It's felt like it all day long to me.
but it really is Tuesday.
Yeah.
And as this is really going to mess you up, but it will make the week shorter.
Yeah, I guess it would.
So
So I
it,
hope it flies on by.
Friday's coming, and each day I've been giving the weather and saying, "Hey, that cool front's coming." Friday, yeah, it's already into Tuesday now.
The mornings have been real cool. It just starts heating up around, I guess, 10 o'clock or something like that.
Labor Day morning, yesterday morning was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I know. It's been good all. It was good all weekend, kind of in the mornings.
So I have to ask, it was Labor Day. What'd you do? What fun did you do?
I didn't do anything fun. I really didn't. I mean, I just stayed at home, or me and my son went to town the other day and went to Hobby Lobby.
Oh, they're wide open. Huh?
Yes, I mean, we were just looking at all the fall stuff, and I mean, just basically that, because my husband was at the deer camp all weekend working, so.
Yeah, I have to say I was part of that dull crowd also. I stayed around the house and
Yeah.
worked on a few things that needed fixing. Did I get it all done? No, but
Yeah, I know. I thought I would get a lot more done as far as things that needed to be done, but I didn't.
so I made the trip into Sam's this weekend, and lo and behold, there's Christmas decorations for sale.
I went to Sam's too. I went to grocery shopping and stuff like that. So yeah, there is Christmas everywhere.
It's everywhere in town.
It's everywhere.
Did not realize that it came about that quick because we still got Halloween to go.
Well, if you go in Hobby Lobby, they got Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas out all at the same time.
And I'm not knocking the store, but I've only been in there once, a couple of weeks after it opened, and I just hadn't had a reason to go back. But I can see how people get addicted to the signs and the knickknacks.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, I think it's pretty good. They got like 40% off of stuff.
Look at you go, girl.
So, for all you decorators and stuff. I mean, I do love to decorate.
See, I'm one of those that
seasons, but-
my house would stay the same year-round no matter what. And Angie's just so opposite from me.
Yeah, she decorates a lot.
She got a
like we were saying
problem.
the other
I'm
day.
talking like she need to check in somewhere.
No, it's good. Now, Christmas, y'all have all those little village houses
Yeah,
and stuff. That's really neat. I mean, that's
It
like
is neat,
It
but-
really is. And
she
does a good job.
Our
decorating.
first year, and this year marks 30 years that we've been married, but she bought me she calls it mine, but I think it's really hers. But she bought me the first one, our first Christmas, when we were like dirt poor, and then she's added to it ever since.
Yeah.
But I really don't think it's mine anymore.
Oh, really? It is huge. when I say a village, I mean like.
Yeah, when it gets closer to it and we finish putting it back up this year, we'll take some pictures and do a live thing in there.
Oh, yeah.
for it.
It's like the whole half of the room is nothing but the village.
It's
thing.
called somebody with an issue.
It looks really neat, though.
I love
Kids
Coca-Cola
would love
stuff.
it.
I
Oh, yeah.
am a Coca-Cola freak. I always have been. Love collecting that stuff.
Yeah.
So coming up, we've got some local news that's going on and some things that happened around the nation and some things that you say you don't like we'll talk about, and also a closer look at the weather. We'll be right back with Scotty, Ray, and Candace. Well, the doors to the Lauderdale County Farm Supply are going to be opening up here in just a few moments this morning, and it's going to be nice. You can drop in and see them. They've been doing this since 1932. As we all know, dove season is here, and you can get the motorized decoys for $35.95. You can get the wind decoys for only $12.95. It's come in with a bang, so to speak. Yeah. Also, always a great deal on boots and many styles to choose from the pink for the ladies to the camo for the gentlemen to keep those feet dry as we go into these winter months. And it will start raining again. Trust me on this. Boots are worth their weight in gold. As we mentioned, this is a new product that's come out from Moultrie, the NXT Hunter. This has a built-in varmint guard electric to keep them from eating your corn and tearing up your feeders. We've had it happen over and over through the years. I end up usually replacing 2 or 3 each year due to this problem. Well, fix it with this. This brand new there. They can show you at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. It's a great deal there. Also, the power station, if you're ready to get everything going, and you should be by now, the power station from Rack 1 is out there. A deer attractant, where they come up and hang that from a tree. You'll love it. Also, cameras, plenty to choose from as you get set up to get pictures there. You can use these for much more than just deer cameras. If you're wanting to put this at the end of your driveway to get pictures of who's coming in and out of your driveway, they work great for this. Surveillance, they work around your house. There's so much more that you can do with these. And just drop in. Ron will show you. He'll show you what you need. Tell him what your need is. He'll fix you up. Very affordable. Also, as we get ready to start planting, this is one of the new ones there, the Southern Buck. You can get that food plot seed. It comes with wheat, forage oats, Australian winter peas, trophy rate, crimson clover, purple top turnips, that's a great mix right there. See them today. They'll get you fixed up on that and tell you how much you need per acre to plant your plots. And, of course, the traditional wheat, if you're looking for ryegrass, they got that as well there for you. Go ahead and get that stocked up. Fish Day is coming up at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply this Friday also. You can check that out. That's going to be this coming Friday from 11 until noon. Go by and see them today. I know this one here says on the 18th, but they'll be there on the 11th also from 11 until noon. All the feed and cattle for your deer. If you're needing to feed your horses, they got that. Your cows, corn, all that taken care of there at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Also, you can get your guns, ammunition, tons of that stocked up on there. If you need an Alt 6 308, they got it for you and handy, especially if you're sighting in a rifle and you go, oh, I'm out. Run in, grab that, and be back on your way there at the Farm Supply. Exit 151 is where you'll find everyone. They're waiting on you today. They'll take care of you and help you figure out exactly what you need. Nice folks. Now, as we start this morning out, did you notice, I don't know if you've cracked the front door yet, but it's 64 outside today. Nice weather, as we'll wait for a high later on today to hit about 91. We still have not gotten what the National Weather Service has been telling us about cooling off, and we'll get into that in just a moment. As we look at weather in and around, let's look at this. Denver, Colorado. As we mentioned today, it's going to be a turning point from them, where it's been absolutely warm in Denver. Today through to Wednesday night, snow is expected. Look at this. It's going to be lots of it. Mountains, 8 to 14 inches, 3 to 7 in the other areas. That's a lot of snow for Denver. Kind of early for them also. Didn't realize all that. I've been, I guess it was a kid since I was in the Denver area. But snow is on the way. John Denver would be proud. As we look at storms to watch over the next few days, right now this is just thunderstorms and things, nothing to worry about watching it. Paulette has formed, and Renee. Now what we're learning on both of these, they both should take a north turn and go up through here and not affect the United States at all. There is two that they're watching maybe develop back here behind these two. Again, early in the season to have a P or an R already named. Paulette just sounds like she could just come clean house, doesn't she? But if all stays the course, it'll go nowhere near us. So that's the great news so far on all these storms that have been named. As we look at the cool down that we were going to get, we start seeing the temperature rise back up after 10 days. And we'll get into your forecast here in just a moment. The last I saw, the extended forecast, and I'll give you some cooler weather that we should be getting. On the 16th, our high should be around 84. And on that Friday, which will be the 18th, would be 82. Now, that's a week out. All this can change, but as we'll start seeing right after that, we'll see temperatures start rising back up again. Yeah, who would have thought that? As we look at the Storm Prediction Center, today we have nothing to worry about. It's going to be around the Gulf Coast, not in our area up through here. Right here where we are, East Mississippi, West Central Alabama, and over to Louisiana, we don't have to worry about any storms coming our way. So that is good news. Now, as we turn to radar this morning, let's pull up radar and take a look at what we've got showing today. As we go back to that, no rain whatsoever. We are showing 64 at Keyfield, 63 at NAS Meridian. As we look around Montgomery, Alabama, also 64. So nice weather, some 60s and 59s up here above Birmingham. That's a nice weather there. But our area, we're all good this morning. We'll turn that off where you can see a little bit better. We do have some rain off the coast of Savannah. As you look out here, some showers due south of Houston in the Gulf, but nothing that's going to affect us, which brings us to our forecast next for our area, a 20% chance of an afternoon shower. Very little clouds will be increasing throughout the day. 91. Tonight, we'll get down to about 70. It won't be as cool. By tomorrow, 92. We're back with 71 tomorrow night. As we look to Thursday, a 20% chance of rain. And as we move toward Friday, a 30% chance of showers is back in our forecast at high of 91. And some rain chances over the weekend. We'll dig back into your extended forecast here in a moment. But it's not too bad. Again, this afternoon, 91. The heat index is not going to be near as bad as it has been over the last few days. So we'll watch those closely. Not bad. I hope you did enjoy your Labor Day. And it is rough this morning getting back into that groove of what you got to do. I know it is. As a matter of fact, if you'll look at this, I've been eyeing this out of the corner of my eye as we go to the two-camera system. Right over to my right is my coffee pot. And it's like one of those things, you can see it, but you just can't touch it. Yeah, Boy, I'm addicted to the stuff. I can't help it. But we'll come back. Candace will be joining me in just a second as we get ready to roll into some news and things that are going on in and around the area.
During these challenging times, there are some things that you can count on every day. One of them is that Rick Justice Automotive will work hard to help you find just the right vehicle. Rick Justice has late model, low mileage vehicles and 72-month, 72,000-mile warranties available on all vehicles. Come see us today, and we'll show you how we've been helping your friends and relatives find the car, truck, or SUV that was right for them. We will earn your business.
And welcome back with Scotty, Ray, and Candace. It is Tuesday morning. I'm glad to be here. Boy, aren't you all red? I forgot to bring that up.
I look like Christmas.
You do.
If I had on a sleeve.
All you need is a bow.
I know.
Well, over the weekend, it was Labor Day weekend, and we hope everyone was safe, that no accidents happened. I haven't heard anything major that happened locally. That's good.
Yeah, I hadn't either. So that's good.
The one thing that there was a deputy from Jasper County that was responding to a call that was involved in an accident. I think he lost control of the vehicle. Hurt pretty bad. He's in the hospital, but I think he's going to recover, the last I'd heard.
That's good.
Keep him in your prayers. And a little bit of bad news as far as we don't know the details of what went on, but a child in Meridian was pronounced dead at one of the local hospitals, shot in the head this weekend.
That is awful.
Yeah. Don't know the circumstances, what went on. Could it have been a drive-by? Yeah. It could have been a domestic. We don't know.
Yeah. That's, we just hear this way too much.
Yes,
lately.
we do.
Not maybe of the kids, but just in general. Just a lot of shootings going on.
And then Clark County, they found a body over the weekend also.
And
they have not identified the man yet.
Okay. But he was between 50 and 60 years
50 and
old.
60. Had a cross on, and they've released a picture of the cross if anybody can identify that. And asking for your help, you always contact Todd Kemp, Sheriff of Clark County, if you know anything.
Right.
Which would be good. Did you see the story? This would be bad. I mean, bad to throw this big gender reveal and then accidentally start a forest fire, and then they tell you that you're going to have to pay for it all.
Oh, my goodness. No, but I have seen a video. That is awful. But I've seen a video of them using that tannerite stuff.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Or
It didn't say what they did, but they were at like a park in California, had a gender reveal, and whether it was fireworks or the tannerite, it got out of hand. And it's millions of dollars worth of damage.
Oh, my goodness. That's awful. But I saw it was similar to that, but it was on some people's property, and they had shot like tannerite, made it explode. And all of a sudden, all the ground around it caught on fire. And they were like running because they weren't expecting. I don't think they were prepared. That would be awful.
Have you ever attended a gender reveal? Because I haven't. Most folks my age don't.
Yeah. My daughter.
She did have one.
Yeah, they did one, and it was neat. I mean, it was a neat thing, but they didn't have all that back when I had mine.
Yeah, there was no such. It was a baby shower was the biggest thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, and now they have which this sounds so crazy to me, but
put it on me.
Push presents. Have you ever heard that?
Push?
A push gift or a push present.
You talking about where you're having the baby and you push?
The baby. Yes, they get a gift. You know what? My gift was just not having to carry around.
I don't quite understand that. But
but they do though. They give gifts to the
mother.
Yes, the mother gets a gift. I don't know. I didn't ever get
there for a while, the big thing was to bring the video camera in, and then everybody started getting sued over that because Mama didn't want it videoed after she thought about it.
Look, my child was just my gift at the end, and the gift of me being able to walk without getting out of breath. But.
And again, I go back to a man should never be allowed in a delivery room. He should wait outside. He has no business there. None.
Well, I just remember my first child, I was really good. I said, please and thank you, everything I asked for, and then, but it's.
You got a little grumpier as it went along.
Right, I made it through it. That's all that matters. Didn't get a gift though.
I didn't get one either. As we go to some news stories, and how do you feel about this? Now, of course, the pandemic's going on. They've cut back the football fields to where only a certain amount can get in, and Ole Miss is now selling cutouts. You can get your picture put on it for $55. Would you do it?
No, I wouldn't, but that's just crazy to me. I guess it's better to have a cutout than nobody up there at all, but
I'd keep my $55.
I would too.
I don't know what a season pass to Ole Miss cost or the major universities anymore.
Yeah,
I've kind of lost track of it, but
I'm not
it
sure.
It can
either.
get expensive.
But it would take a lot of cutouts to fill those stands up. I've been to a Alabama football game.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, I have, and I mean, we sat way up high and stuff. I mean, you're just like shoulder to shoulder.
Now you do know I have that little problem that I have of maybe that teeny bitty bit of fear of heights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Angie drug me to Mississippi State, and
Or were you sitting up in the nosebleed
oh
section?
my gosh, never again will I go back. That was.
I don't like heights either.
It took me 30 minutes to get to my seat, and
really?
then I had to go to the bathroom. I just held it, just the whole game. I wasn't leaving.
Yeah, I mean, I was sitting up high, but it was not that high up. We weren't that high up.
Well, maybe it was high to me. Let me say that.
I don't like heights either, though. I'm just going to tell you. We went on a Ferris wheel. Mm-hmm. I guess it was last year or the year before. We went to Jackson to the fair.
Yeah.
And we got on that Ferris wheel, and I mean, I might as well have been in the floor of the thing because I could not. I mean, I was like, just tell me when it's over. Just tell me when we go over the top. You know,
'cause I get that. I get dizzy.
Awful.
Like if I look down, I get dizzy.
Yeah.
Literally, I can't walk a straight line because I guess because you're flat footed, or is it your ear that you go walk crooked?
I don't know. Just thinking about it makes me dizzy. Like
I'm with you.
Talking about it right now, I'm thinking about like even at the beach. If you walk to the railing of a condo and you're way up and you look down, oh my gosh, I just feel like I'm gonna topple over the edge.
You hadn't seen that video Angie posted on Facebook of me at the beach? Oh yeah, it was bad. Of where I was glued to the wall trying to get to the room on the 8th floor, and they were all just cackling and laughing at me. It was awful.
No, but I'm gonna have to watch that.
Oh, have mercy. Well, Biden is back in the news with another subject that most people are going, what are you talking about, Joe?
Yeah.
Joe said in one of his press conferences that a black man named Thomas, what was the man's name? Lewis Howard Lattimore invented the light bulb, and Thomas Edison did not. Well, that's not true. If I remember right in history, the gentleman that he was referring to invented a filament later that went in the light bulb that lasted longer than Edison's, and he also worked for Thomas Edison.
Yeah.
So Joe has it a little confused.
Well, I mean, I don't even understand why he brought that up. Like,
why?
I mean, why would you bring that up?
Had nothing to do.
Right. And then, because I saw it when he said it, and he didn't even, like, try to say who the guy was or anything. He just said, Thomas Edison didn't even invent the light bulb.
He just threw it out there?
Yeah. So, I mean, it was just crazy the way he did it. Of course, there's no rhyme or reason to speech that I've seen
there's
so
not.
far, so.
There is not.
Okay.
As we look at our next story of what's going on, now this could really lead to some serious. I can't believe a judge would do this, number one.
Yeah.
This is about cops that are in Detroit, and there's riots going on or protest, however you want to word it. But the group that was protesting filed a lawsuit that didn't want the cops to carry their batons or anything riot gear.
Right.
And the judge agreed and banned it for 2 weeks.
And I just, like I said a while ago when we were discussing, what do you think is going to happen within that 2 weeks?
Oh, my gosh.
How much crime or how many people are going to get hurt or whatever when they know that there is no limits to what they can do because they're not going to be anything done to them?
Yeah, that's you might as well. And,
what you can do, show them handcuffs and go, hey, buddy.
Like in London, I have never understood this. The cops aren't allowed to carry guns. What good can you do if you can't defend or help somebody?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be a disaster.
Ooh, I'm with you on that one now. Communities get upset over this because the thin blue line flag is it's a touchy thing. People respect law enforcement, at least where we come from, they do. Here in the Meridian, Alabama area.
Right.
And a high school brought this out. And this was in Ohio, to where they had a paramedic that was there, and then also a coach that was a part-time cop or something along those lines. And they brought it out in respect to them. They were injured in something.
Right.
And they brought it out in respect. And then the superintendent of education says it's banned, and he will never let them come out with that flag again.
That's ridiculous. I'm just saying because, I mean, and I'm not going to name names, but I think everybody would know what I'm talking about. There's other flags that are being flown through the streets or there's other things that are being, and I think this should be respected.
It's the American flag at the end of the day.
That's exactly right. And, all this bashing of the police, I just think it's ridiculous. And we've said it before, but I watched a video this weekend just scrolling through Facebook, and there was a lady who, I don't know if she was the sheriff, it said sheriff on the thing, or if she was just a law enforcement officer, but she said she had been hours on a shift, and she was hungry. And she, stopped at a McDonald's somewhere, to get a coffee.
Right.
And a biscuit.
Now, is this the lady that was crying?
Yes. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw that. And, they protested in front of her house for weeks, upon weeks. And then they tried to say she made all that up. Now,
No, you could tell she was sincere when she was
that
crying.
was a rough situation there. I remember that.
Right. She just stopped at a McDonald's and she ordered her food. And when she got up to the window, she had pre-ordered her food, like through the app.
Right.
And she got up there and got her receipt, went up to the next window, and they told her to pull ahead. And said she waited and waited and waited, and they just came out with a coffee. And so
she felt uneasy about it.
Yeah, she was uneasy. She said she was afraid to even eat her food because she had waited so long for just a biscuit.
If I remember right, the McDonald's that was involved in that sent an apology to her and done something else for her to try to make up for what went on. But
well, I guess I was late in the game seeing the video, but
still,
it's a disgrace.
But there, like that, we had a story last week about a cop that didn't eat his because of what the waiter done of the note.
Right,
walked away from it.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it really is. They need to weed these people out that's working in these places that are being disrespectful.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of people that need a job, and
there's tons of people that do. A Mississippi man is free after 22 years in prison. And, I don't remember all the details, but this happened up in Winona's where this was. It was a furniture store, if I remember correctly. Okay. And it was 4 employees, the owner included, that were killed. Sad. This man, at the end of the day, they come out and said that they couldn't find anybody else that could testify on it to clarify, and he's set free after 22 years. And if he's innocent, we certainly agree with that. Yeah. I don't know much. I can't give you much more than that because it's been so long on that news story. Let's see here. What else is going? Oh, do you remember this in Tennessee?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember us not even being able to say. I mean, I don't think the officer snatched the mask off the guy.
We played the video a few weeks ago. It was a Tennessee cop. This guy is filming somebody getting a ticket. He walks over, tells him he needs to go on. And he starts yelling at the cop, telling him he can do what he wants.
Real mouthy.
Oh, boy.
Real mouthy.
And then all of a sudden the cop walks away and this guy's mask is laying on the ground.
Yeah.
And he blames the cop. And the cop is way away when it happens. And the cop has been fired.
Yeah.
Now, he's appealing it.
The cop even turned around and said, "What are you talking about?" or something. And he said, "You threw my mask on the ground." He goes, I didn't even touch your mask. You're being ridiculous. Don't even go there or something.
Right.
And, I mean, the guy is a real mouthy, obvious pot-stirring type person.
He was looking for trouble there.
Yeah, just looking for something. And so, it's...
who knows?
It just makes me mad. It makes my blood boil to even discuss stuff like that.
And, and here's one. I put this on Facebook over the weekend and said, what do you think? The Dallas Cowboys are going to be playing, and I've always loved Dallas. Mm-hmm. Dallas was America's team, as it always has been said.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones, the owner last year, took a hard stance and said that if you kneel, you're gone. Mm-hmm. That's changing. They now have the green light to where if they feel the need, they can kneel on the field. Mm-hmm. And not one person who answered the survey said that they would watch the game here locally.
I think if they kneel on the field, they should sit on the bench.
There you go.
That's what I think. I mean, you want to kneel, go have a seat and don't even play.
And most Americans feel that protesting is fine, but just not during the national anthem.
Yeah.
And it is going to hurt the NFL. There's not a winning combination of this. Mm-hmm. I just don't see it. But locally, most folks said they're not going to be watching it. They're going to be playing, if I remember right, the L.A. Rams in their new stadium. Mm-hmm. I won't get to see it.
I'm anxious to see if anybody does watch or
see what the ratings are from it.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see that. So
it'll be interesting as we move forward. And we don't know what else is going to happen with this pandemic. Have mercy.
Look, it's about to get the best of me. Just the concern and the worry and, just not knowing. There's so many different, I don't even know what to think anymore. Like people,
you don't.
Well, people who have the virus, they say wait 14 days before and then I have people thinking, okay, like if there's somebody in the household that has the virus, what do you do?
Yeah.
Do they quarantine for 14 days? There's so many unknowns and so many different things out there. I just wish somebody would clarify it and stick to it.
And there's a certain group that does not want school to start. They don't want that to happen. And, I wish I medically knew the answers to all this, and I don't. But I saw where something was floating, and I don't know enough information. I probably keep my mouth shut since I don't know enough about it. But they were trying to say something COVID different was starting with younger people trying to stop school.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have heard, I know that at one time they said that younger kids couldn't get it.
I've
And
heard
then
that.
in the last week, I've heard of a couple kids getting it. And, you know, I just think it's so many unknowns with this
It is.
virus that
Probably
just taking precaution would be the best thing. You know?
70% of probably what we've been told is we're going to find out later after they get a vaccine and they really study this thing was not true probably.
Yeah.
But it's not anybody's fault in most cases because they didn't know.
Well, it almost makes you think that there's several strains. I'm not saying there is because I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor,
neither.
but
There could be
there's
several
so
different.
many different symptoms and so many different, you know, just everything out
Didn't
there.
you know you
so.
have people that get sick and they get tested and they don't have it, and it makes you wonder: is it a different form that doesn't show up under that test?
Right.
I don't
And
know.
then, you know, I don't know. And some people just lose like sense of taste and smell. That's it. You know. I mean, I know that when my nose gets stopped up, I can't smell or taste. So then I'm thinking, oh Lord,
You got some, you got the cooties.
I know.
Well,
so
with
anyway.
That's sort of a cap of news this morning, what we know is going on. As always, if you've got a comment or if you got something you'd like for us to talk about, drop it in the comments or inbox us. We'd love to hear from you, right?
Right. Always.
We'll be back with an update on your forecast right around the corner with Scotty, Ray, and Candace. Well, we go back down the road to Collinsville, Mississippi, to Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. That's where you'll find Joe and his friendly staff. And, of course, these deals are going to be good through the end of today, and the new specials come out tomorrow. Right now, you can get those apples, the 1 pound bag, for $3.99. Apples are just always good. Fresh red potatoes, $3.99 for that 5 pound bag. You can also get, if you're looking for a tomato sandwich, you can still get those for $1.59 for a 4-pack. Also included, you can get these great Gatorade drinks, and you still need these as warm it is. The assorted flavors, any color that you might like. 8-pack bottles, 2 for $10, along with tomato ketchup, Heinz. Yep, you can get that, the 38-ounce bottle. Get 2 of those for $6. Along with Maxwell House K-Cups, the 12-count packaging for $5.99. Easy to make your coffee. You can get Ritz crackers this week, 2 for $5, the 13-ounce box, along with Bush baked beans. Those grilling beans, those are good. A lot of folks used them yesterday on Labor Day, $1.79 a can. You can also still get the family pack ribeye, $11.99 a pound, along with pork loin roast, $1.59 a pound. And as always, great deals on Coca-Cola products. As I said, you can get the 12-pack there, 12-ounce cans, 2 for $9. And don't forget, as we roll in to this, we'll have new specials rolling out tomorrow. These are good through the end of the day. Go in and see Joe, and he'll show you around anything that you might need. Look for if he doesn't carry something that you want, they'll order it for you. It's that simple. It's not a big box store that doesn't care about their customers. He's there for the community. Go in and see him today. That's Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. See Joe and his friendly staff. As we said, as we start looking toward weather-wise today, again, right now it is extremely nice outside. 64 as we're coming into the day. Later today, the high is going to be 91 is what we're expecting there. 20% chance of a late afternoon shower. Cloudy, increasing clouds throughout the day. 70 for our low tonight. And let's zoom in and find out what our extended forecast is going to be for the weekend. As we look at this, come back over, and maybe one day this is going to work. Sometimes it works great, sometimes it's kind of slow. As we zoom in this, our 7-day forecast, we start looking across when we get toward the weekend, that 30% chance on Friday increasing to a 50 on Saturday, and Sunday and Monday we'll have a 40% chance. We start seeing some 86s there for a high on Sunday and Monday, and by next Thursday we could have some 82s. We're going to hope that holds, and that front that moves through doesn't change all of that. So that's where we are on the extended forecast. But again, it looks great across East Mississippi, West Central Alabama, into Atlanta, on out to Dallas. Just a few showers there on the coast around Houston as it comes in off the coast there in Sweeney, Texas. But we're all good here. That's the great news. We could use some cooler weather. And boy, these hurricanes have been popping up left and right. And again, right now, the 3 that are out there pose no threat to the U.S. coastline, which is great news, and we'll hope that they'll Paulette and Renee while they're out there floating around. There are more developing. We'll watch that. Again, we're early into the season with names. More can come. Let's keep our fingers crossed that this stuff's just going to float around the ocean and not bother anybody. That's our hope anyway. I'd like to thank you for spending a little bit of time with me today. Always good to see you, and a big thank you on that. As always, I'll be back with more updates as things happen.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by